Tesla is cagey with the Model 3 reservation numbers, but the earnings report may have outed them. Model 3 demand may be driving manufacturing to the Fremont area, and a competitor may be making a battery change. Here is your weekend edition of Tesla Tidbits for August 5th, 2016. Thanks to Electrek for all the stories today. Couldn't do it without you guys. With Q2 earnings in the books and the conference call complete, analysts have had time to dig more into the numbers and, analyze them. A very interesting tidbit has come out from the company's latest 10Q filing. I'll spare you the very boring technical details and try to distill this down to its essence. The company has a separate line item in the earnings report that has to do with car reservations for all cars, not just Model 3, it could be S or X as well. So the number doesn't belong to Model 3 alone, but it's really close. In Q1, customers had exactly 1 day to make Model 3 reservations. Despite this, Tesla booked a positive cash flow of customer deposits of $100 million. Now, another important thing to note is that once a reservation holder converts to an owner, that depletes this account. This means that deposits from an as-yet unreleased vehicle have a big impact on this account, unless deliveries change drastically from one quarter to the next. Given that Elon confirmed 115,000 reservations on the stage himself on reveal night, some quick math tells us that most of those reservations were Model 3. While we can't know exactly how many, or at what point in the day the accountants had to cut off the quarter to report, that's a lot of bookings in just 1 day. This quarter, that number went up to 398 million, nearly 4 times as much. And important to note is that many Model X's began converting to sales during this time. So in the face of that significant drain, as Model X costs significantly more to reserve, Electrek concludes that Tesla has over 400,000 Model 3 reservations at this time, based on the $498 million positive cash flow in the reservation account. Why they're not shouting this out is anyone's guess, but a couple of good guesses are that they simply want a more magical 500,000 number, or maybe that they feel that announcing such a large number may discourage partners from wanting to work with them in the face of a crushing workload and Elon's deadlines. I suspect we'll hear more about this number at reveal event number 2 for Model 3. Model 3 demand is so large that it's contributing to decisions for auto suppliers to move near Fremont to support Tesla. The San Francisco Business Times reports that Economic Development Director Kelly Klein has confirmed that several companies are looking to move near Tesla. From their article, Klein says that half a dozen parts manufacturers from all over the world are poking around Fremont just in case their company happens to land a Tesla contract. Klein said, quote, "We are moving so quickly. It's all hands on deck in the city to meet the needs of Tesla and their supply chain," end quote. Some existing suppliers are adding capacity to their operations. South Bay Solutions plans to add 4 new machines to its existing 6 to support Tesla demand, and AMP Solutions, based out of Mexico, is being wooed to simply move operations here. Brosner Lopez, a representative for the company, said, quote, "Tesla is pushing us to open a manufacturing plant here. We think it is important to be here in the Silicon Valley area," end quote. Now there's something you don't see too often, an American company bringing jobs here from Mexico. Lastly today, we have the story of Nissan looking to divest itself from a battery manufacturing business. Side note here, I typically keep the news strictly related to Tesla on this show, but a major Tesla supplier is in this story, so bear with me, please. Somewhat like the NUMMI situations, Nissan had teamed up with NEC to create a battery manufacturing facility known as the Automotive Energy Supply Corporation, or AESC. The venture has supplied Nissan's Leaf with its battery since its inception. In 2014, they became the second largest EV battery supplier, second only to Panasonic, who supplies Tesla with their batteries. However, the joint venture has lost market share, and Nissan has actually not been shy about wanting to partner with another vendor for future EV programs. We now learn that Nissan is looking to sell its interest in the company and get out, and that Panasonic may be a buyer. What interest Panasonic has is unknown at this time. Check out the show description for links to the full stories from the show. If you find value in the show, please consider supporting the podcast at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Any and all support goes directly to my Model 3 fund and is most appreciated. Thanks as usual to my super patron John Walthour for his support. If you've got no spare change, no problem. You can still support the show without spending a dime through positive reviews, likes, and subscriptions on services like YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, which is very important, as well as by spreading word of the show to other Tesla lovers. If you have questions or feedback for me, you can reach me via email by messaging podcast@teslatidbits.com or on Twitter @TeslaTidbits. That's it for today. I'll see you back here Monday. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.